Hey guys, it's me, Aquas. Today we're looking at Charge Cardz 2.0. Yeah, you heard me, Charge Cardz 2.0. So I just ended up scratching Charge Cardz 1.0. Not because it was bad or anything, but just the way that I started, because since Charge Cardz was my first ever htcg, the way I started was just too sloppy for my base, so it just made the base too wobbly. And I just had to do too much work, like try to get it stable again. So you know what I just realized? I realized this making 2.0 might just be more funner than trying to stabilize a game that's already too shaky anyway. So, yeah. So this right here is a diagram of what the cards are going to look like most of the time. Well, this is a fighter card. This is what the fighter card's going to look like most of the time. And yeah, we're going to go over it. First step is HP. If you don't know what HP is, you should not be on this video. Okay, then there's stamina. Now stamina is really unique. So stamina is basically how many times you can attack with a card before going in rest mode. And now it has to play in rest mode. Basically, the turn after a card was in rest mode, it regains the stamina to its max stamina, and then you may switch it to attack mode. You don't have to. That's the interesting part. You don't actually have to. You don't even have to start off with attack mode. You can just go and start with rest mode, period. But there's no like benefit of staying in rest mode. It's not like you gain extra stamina or anything. I could do that, but that might be too complicated. So yeah, you don't gain any extra stamina for staying in rest mode longer than what you need to be. And yeah. So rest mode is just like a really cool just mechanic that just kind of keeps the game shifting around and keeping you like on your feet, so you can't just spam attacks. Because one problem with Charge Cardz is that you're just spamming attacks, boom, 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 just spamming attacks, and like it just makes it hard for whoever is losing to catch up. But now since you actually kind of have a resource to spend, now it's more like, oh, I attacked, but now I'm in risk of running out of stamina to give my opponent a chance to catch up. Which is usually what happens. It keeps the game's balance, and it actually makes you think about actually attacking, which sounds funny. Then right here is attack, which is obviously how much damage you do when you attack. Then it's defense, and defense is only active while you're in rest mode. And one reasons why you even want to be in rest mode, defense is basically how much less damage you take while you're in rest mode. Yeah, it's pretty, yeah. So it just gives rest mode a reason to have a reason to actually stay into it, other than just to regain your stamina. And yeah, and then next up is your skill, and skills now there's different skill types just to make the text on the skills faster. It just makes the skills less wordy. It just makes the effects sound more simpler and makes the game less complicated and less cluttery. So the first skill type is once your turn skills, where you can activate whatever the skill does once in your turn and only on your turn. Yeah, pretty simple. I'm not going any further. Then next up are trigger skills, and the trigger skills basically activate whenever something happens. The card will specify what needs to happen to trigger the effect. Yeah. And trigger effects can be activated multiple times as long as their trigger was triggered. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. And they can be used on any player's turn. Then there's passive skills, and passive skills are basically always on, and they're always on. Well, they're always on when the skill owner is played. When the skill owner isn't played, their skill is on. So I guess it isn't always on, but basically is always on. Next up is the special cards. And you might remember Charge Cardz from the Charge Cardz 1.0, and they basically work the exact same way, which is okay. They're basically spell cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just that you don't have to set them down, and you just instantly go in the discard pile after you use them, and yeah, they're pretty cool. And they're going to be used on your turn, and instead of having skills, they have effects. So yeah, there's different ways. It's kind of how you have monster effects and you have normal effects. So yeah. Then next up is the counter cards, and counter cards are basically basically special cards that you can use on your enemy turn only, which is really nice. There's one counter card called Block, and it's really helpful. Then we have arena cards. Arena cards are basically field cards from Charge Cardz 0.0. They're basically always active, and they stay on the field, but they don't actually go on the field. They go on the arena zone, and yeah. Most of them have passive effects. I don't know if I'm just gonna have them only have passive effects or just most of them. I haven't really decided yet. And there can only be one arena card in play. So let's say I have arena card already in play, then my enemy can play arena card. If they do, then I knocks out my arena card, which is really interesting. And it makes like playing arenas less harder, because like one thing that I realized in Charge Cardz 0.0 is that food cards are basically being abused. Not actually abused, but like game-wise abused in Charge Cardz. We're just like fields were just too good, and now this gives like fields like actual risk. So you're just not just like boom, play down field in every deck basically. So then that gives you, it basically makes it so that you actually might want to play more than one field, or more than one arena, which sounds a little funny, because you only have one in play at a time. But if your opponent knocks out your arena, you'll have another chance to get it back. Well, which is kind of good. So this is the first card that I made. This is let me just make, here we go. This is Zap Dash. You might remember from the first time from like one of the first videos I ever made. And he has a once your turn effect, or no, once your turn skill, called Zap. Do 10 damage. Pretty simple. Stamina is orange, HP is green, attack is red, and defense is blue, if you don't remember where they are. And he is a thunder type, as you can see right here. Well, I'm calling it thunder type, but you can really call it whatever you want. Call it electric, thunder, whatever you want. I don't know, thunder type is stick, and I know thunder is a sound, not actually, but it just sounds cool, okay? So I don't care what the actual scientific term would be for it, but I'm calling it thunder. I just don't care. And like thunder, like you don't even have to call it thunder. You can really call it whatever you want, because it's more of a symbol than the actual name. So yeah. But yeah, that, and then like this is like the base stats for like most cards. So, like this is when I'm balancing cards. This is like what I'm starting at. If you guys watched my how to balance stat video, this would be like the base. So your base would be 20 attack, 20 defense, 70 HP, and then 2 stamina. And as you realize, HP has got bigger from Charge Cardz 1.0, at least for the base. Now the base for HP is now 70 instead of 60, and the base for attack is now 20, not 40, which is, it basically just lets cards survive a little bit longer, because I feel like Charge Cardz 1.0 was just way too swingy, where cards would just die too fast, and just, yeah. And then like board breaker type effects cards would just dominate the game, because they were just like a slight little like attack boost or a slight little advantage would just bust the game basically. And yeah, also you have like this little pattern that I did right here. It's kind of like what Pokemon does for like their cards, except for they do the full card. For this, I'm not gonna do the full card. I'm only going to do them when like the card either has no skill, or its skill is very short, like Zap Dash is, and I could just fill it up. And I just think it's just like a little cool detail. I don't know if like every card will have their unique one, or I'll just do it by types, and I'll just see. And also you can see what number card this is. So this is card number 1, as you can see right here, and you can see what set it is for set 1. It's one thing that I was missing from Charge Cardz 0.0, as I saw, as I told you, I didn't really think out that game when I first made it. So yeah. Oh yeah, also to clarify, the decks will be 10 to 20 size decks, which sounds wild, but it's whatever. Because like having a 10 size deck could be worth it if your game plan is just that good. It could be worth it if like you have if like you have like a really strict combo that's really hard to do. But like if like say you're playing like a deck that has like dang it, my brain has stopped working. That had like a really like hard combo to do in a bigger deck, there's a reason to play a 10 size deck. And then also oh my goodness, my brain is just like not functioning. And then also, like, in a bigger size deck, basically you have bigger extensions, but it's just harder. It's harder to get certain cards out, so you need more searching cards, which adds to more cards in your deck anyway. So having a bigger deck is an advantage or has cons. So they both kind of have their cons, but I think it's fair enough, I think. And then also, to win, you need... I'm just grabbing random cards right now. Basically, in the start of the game, you draw 3 cards and you don't look at them and you put them down behind like your main field, and then basically, if you don't have any cards in your field, your opponent is able to attack one of these. Oh my goodness, let me zoom out. One of these 3 cards is able to attack one of these 3 cards, and well, they only are allowed to attack the first one. If like the read, like the way that you read, like from like left to right, so you would get the left one right here, so you actually don't get the pick, but yeah, and then you lose one, but you get to have that, you get to add that card to your hand, and then boom, and then if you use your last one, then you basically lose. Well, actually no, if you lose your last one, then you're okay, but then after, if they just attack you and you have nothing, then you lose, actually. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, never mind. Well, actually, I don't know. It'll be either, for now, I'm going with, like, you have to be hit 4 times, but I might just turn it to 3 if the games take too long. It just depends how my playtesting goes. It really depends on how my playtesting goes. It just depends. So yeah. But yeah, this is the first look at Charge Cardz 2.0. I think it looks polished, but if you guys have like any like suggestions on like something that I should change or anything like that, comment down below. And yeah, that was the first devlog of Charge Cardz 2.0. Aquos out. Hey guys, it's me, Aquos. Today we're doing the second devlog of Charge Cardz 2.0. But I'm probably not going to really call it Charge Cardz 2.0 2.0. I'm probably just going to call it Charge Cardz Company. Yeah. But yeah, now I'm going to get into more mechanics and stuff, and yeah, we'll see how the game progresses. So far we got a lot more cards in the game now. So Zapdash, the card that you guys saw last time, but just a recap on how everything works. The green right here is your HP. The orange is your stamina, the red is your defense, and the blue, the red is your attack, the blue is your defense, sorry guys. And then also we do have weaknesses down here, and also there's typings too, for example, Zapdash is Thunder type. So yeah, oh, I can't show you guys the other cards yet. So yeah, basically, also, I didn't really explain what all the stats do, but, so I kind of copied Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the way, well, I copied Yu-Gi-Oh! But I copied Yu-Gi-Oh! In a good way, though. So Zapdash, so Zapdash, he has, 2 stamina. Sorry guys, I spaced out for a second there. He has 2 stamina. Basically meaning that when he attacks in your turn, and to clarify, you can only attack once, and you can only attack once with 1 card. You can attack once with each card on your field on your turn per turn, right? So I'll attack with Zapdash or whatever, and now he has 1 stamina. If let's say it's my next turn, I attack with him again. Now he has 0 stamina, and now he automatically goes into rest mode. So then, after I have a full turn with him in rest mode, then he'll go back to his max stamina after that turn. So that basically means he is rest mode for this turn, for the rest of this turn. Then it's your enemy's turn, then it's back to you. He's still in rest mode because when you first turned in rest mode, that wasn't a full turn. Because you still able to attack with him. So now, that wasn't a full turn. So now this would be your turn, like the wait. Then go back to your enemy, and then now it's back to you, and then he'll be out of rest mode if that makes any sense. I know that sounds really complicated. And then also, you can choose to go in rest mode and like this. And you might be saying, wait, why would I ever choose to go in rest mode? Well, Zapdash has defense, right? All the cards have a defense stat. Zapdash has 20 defense. So then when you go into rest mode and you have your 20 defense or whatever. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this to look good. When you have your 20 defense or whatever, that means you take 20 less damage at 20 defense. But it's only for attacks, so effects can go through defense or whatever. But you might be saying, why would I ever want to do that? Well, Zapdash has a cool effect called Zap, do 20 damage, meaning that you're still doing damage without having to attack. So he just does like consistent damage all the time. That's pretty good, yeah. But there's other reasons to go on defense. Rest mode too. But yeah, this is card number 1, Zapdash. Also, this is actually an epic. So this is an epic version of Zapdash actually. So I'm doing epics, but not really. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. But this is epic. You can tell because like it has like a cool design at the bottom and whatever. That's an epic card. But if you guys want to know what the regular Zapdash looks like, this is the regular Zapdash, and this would be a regular card. And some regular cards, if they have space, they have some flavor text right here. So that's what the gray is. If you guys are wondering, some flavor text. For example, let's read this flavor text. This is probably really wholesome. He's a rookie fighter from Zapping Town. He lost his father in the last charge battle. Oh, that's kind of dark. That wasn't wholesome. That's disappointing. But anyway, the art is like really cute whenever. So yeah, this is regular Zapdash, and then this is like the epic version of Zapdash. I just thought that'd be cool for like the main 3 cards, just to do like different versions. And you guys might be asking, what are the main 3 cards? Well, for the first couple cards that I make for Charge Cardz 2.0, I'm going to be making 3 different decks. So there'll be the Thunder type deck, Fire type deck, and Water type deck. So the main card in the Thunder type deck would be Zapdash, because Zapdash is the main character or whatever. It's just cool. It's like almost like how each deck has like their own main character. It's pretty cool. I'll just put Zapdash right here in the background. So this will be Flame, and Flame is another epic card, and Flame is pretty cool. Also, he's kind of inspired by like Japanese stuff. Like also, like look, he has Japanese text on his little vest. If you guys can see that, comment down below if you guys know what this kanji means. If you guys can see it, comment down below what that kanji is. If you guys can see it, if not, it's okay. But yeah, if you guys can see it. But he's a fire type with 60 HP, 3 stamina, 30 attack, and 10 defense. And he's card number 2. And his skill is a trigger skill. And you guys, if you guys don't remember from the last episode, a trigger skill just kind of triggered. So whatever the card states when the effect triggers, that's when trigger effects trigger. So his trigger effect, oh man, I just said trigger so many times. Oh, not effect, it's actually trigger skill. Effects are only for non-fighter cards. Yeah, trigger skill is Blazing Spirit. When this card kills a fighter, this card gets plus 1 stamina. So yeah, he's pretty good for just doing consistent damage because he gets stamina back, so you'll never have to go in his rest mode, which was that puny 10 defense. So you probably never want to actually do that. And then the weaknesses and resistances are actually kind of interesting. So obviously, yes, he's weak against water, plus 20 weak against water. But here is this thunder, and this is actually kind of unique for my game. Most games don't actually do this, but fire resists thunder. So basically, there is kind of a type matchup here going on with right here. So then fire beats thunder without like having like a typing advantage. With thunder, it just has a resisting advantage, not like thunder has a weakness to fire, which makes sense because fire and thunder are like kind of the same thing, I think, or whatever. So yeah, and then now we have the water type next. Card number 3, Jet. Bro, Jet's actually my favorite card so far. He's not really that good, but he's just so cool. He has 50 HP, 5 stamina. 5 stamina. That's a lot of stamina, guys. 20 attack, 10 defense, and his skill is once on your turn. Oh no, his skill is a once per turn skill, and the skill name is Aqua Jet, and the skill is give this card +1 stamina. So once on your turn, you get 1 stamina, meaning that he just has infinite stamina, meaning that 5 stamina is kind of useless, but it's okay. And other than that, Jet's kind of there. He's +20, weak against thunder, and he resists fire by 10. Yeah. Then we're just gonna go through a bunch of more cards. This is a special card, and special cards you can use them, do whatever they say. You use the special card, and then it goes in the discard pile, and then yeah, it's done. So this special card is Zap Attacks. Card number 4. Do 20 damage if you have a thunder type on field. So yeah, just a generic thunder card. This one is like a generic counter card. So a counter card you can use only on your enemy's turn, and it's basically the same thing as special card, just that you can only use your enemy's turn. So after you use it, goes in discard pile. Simple as that. And this counter card is Block. Stop a attack if the attacker has more stamina. There. It's just there just to help you out if you just need to stop one more attack, and then you can do something else. Oh, this one has some lore on here. I'm not reading every piece of lore, guys, because it's going to take a lot of the video. But if you guys want to go back and read the lore, be my guest. Yeah, just pause the video right here in the gray, right here, the lore right here, if you guys want to read that. This is Master Zeb. Card number 6. He has 70 HP. 1 stamina, 1 singular stamina. That means after he attacks the first time, wrestling instantly. But you'll see why. He has 40 attack, which is a lot of attack for this game. 10 defense, which is not that good. And then he has a trigger skill called Shock Punch. When this card attacks a fighter, that fighter is now shocked. And shock is a status effect. Shock just means that that card can't attack on the owner's next turn, which is pretty good. But where it just kind of stops it just stops the card for a little bit. Now this card need a little balancing. I'm so glad that I play tested this card. If not, oh my goodness, it's so unbalanced. 50 HP if you guys can see that. I don't know, I used a really weird green to color that in, so it's hard to see the 50 HP. And 4 stamina, 20 defense, and then 20 attack. His name is Zip, and he's card number 7, and he has passive skills. So passive skills are immediately on when the card is played down in the field, basically. They're just on. And it's called Zip. Zip, let's see. This card may make an extra attack on your turn, but it costs 1 stamina. Yeah, that's pretty busted. But it costs 1 stamina, meaning that the maximum amount of extra attacks that you're going to be doing is 4, and the maximum amount of damage that he's going to be doing is like 80, which is indeed a lot. But he only has like 50 attacks, so it's okay. Oh, we have some more lore if you guys want to read this, but this is card number 8, Z-Kid. His skill, and he has 50 HP, which is a little low, 2 stamina, normal amount, 40 attack, that's pretty good, and 20 defense, which is a normal amount. And he has a once per turn skill called Z-Beat. Do 10 damage for every fighter on your field. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's just like he chips the board. He's pretty good. He does a lot of damage. Yeah, pretty nice card. And then my favorite card, the card that you guys knew this was gonna be in the game, Shabba. You guys know I love Shabba. He has 70 HP, 2 stamina, 10 attack, and 30 defense. And he has a passive skill called Kind Bubble. All allies take 10 less damage. And let's see, he's +20 weak against thunder and then weak against fire. Yeah, he's a pretty simple card. Oh, also he's epic too, as you can see. This like the little part right here. He's epic too, which is really nice. All right, let me just. Okay, so you guys can see what you guys have been looking at basically the whole time. This is the board. Yeah, that's the board that we're working with right here. So that's your deck. That's your spot for your deck right here. And then, so on your first turn, you set 3 cards in your these spaces right here, right? So these are your shield spaces, and these are where you go put your cards that are going to be your shields, as I was talking about last episode. So yeah, on your first turn, you set 3 shields, and you're not allowed to look at your shields that you set. And then after that, you draw 3 cards, and then these 3 cards will be your hand. And then any other turn, you draw 1 card. So you can only play 1 fighter per turn. We'll just play Zep, and we'll play him in the back row. And also, there's 2 rows, as you guys can see. Let me just get closer. So there's 2 rows. There's the back row right here, and then there's the top row. So cards in the top row can protect cards in the back row. So if I have Zep and there was another card here, the card here wouldn't be able to be attacked. It'll be defended, but it can't attack either if there's a card in front of it. But if Zep was here and there's nothing in the top row, he can attack. If that makes sense. Which is pretty cool, where you can protect the cards that you want to protect. Also, you can promote and demote cards on your field whenever you want on your turn. But they can only go straight up and straight down. They can't go diagonally or like this or like that. No, they have to go straight up and straight down. So that's a promote and a demote. I just thought that was really cool. Cause they say that in Pokemon sometimes. Anyway, that's a side note. But yeah, it's the cards in her hand, and then now let's just say that we attack something on an enemy's board, whatever. Also, there's no range in this game like the old Charge Cardz, if you guys have been watching. And then now it's my okay. You guys didn't see that. Please cut that out, future me. Sorry, my camera stand just fell because I knocked it down. Silly me. Something that I would do. So yeah, I would draw. So then, let's just say that my enemy went, and then now it's back to me. Also, on your first turn, oh my goodness, I messed up. I just really messed up. On the first turn of the game, you can't attack. But like on your enemies, like player 2, whoever goes second, they can attack on their first turn. But it wouldn't be the first turn of the game. That'll be the second turn of the game. It'll just be their first turn. But on the first turn of the game, there are no attacks. You can't attack. Nothing can attack. So yeah, I actually can't attack. If we rewind what I just said, actually I wouldn't be able to attack with Zep. And yeah, I would just end my turn. Then it'll go to my enemy, and then my enemy will like my attack with something, and then now it goes back to me. And then I draw 1. And we got Zip. We'll play Zip. Boom, boom, boom. And then, yep, end turn. And we draw 1. Okay, so when there's no cards on the field, the opposing player can attack one of your shields. Wait, hold on. Attack one of your shields. And if they do that, it breaks a shield. And then that whatever that shield was goes into your hand, which is pretty nice. But if you lose all your shields, that means your enemy can attack you directly. And if they attack you, yeah, I'm talking to you. They attack you, you lose. Which is pretty simple. It was just pretty simple. Yeah. And that's really it. I think that's mostly everything to the game, I think. It's like really simple. It's a really simple game, guys. So I hope you guys understood at least some of my game. I hope. But yeah, comment down below. Comment down below what you guys think about my card game. Anything about my game mechanics or whatever. Oh, comment down below what's your favorite card from this video too. You guys know my favorite is Shabba. You guys know. Oh, it's Shabba and Jet, but Shabba is my favorite, guys. He's always in all my games because I just love Shabba. But yeah, Aqua's out. Oh wait, no, please subscribe, guys. I need subscribers. Please subscribe. Hey guys, it's me, Aquos. Please don't mind my very crackly voice. But yeah. Today, we're gonna be looking at some starter decks I made. The first starter deck is the Thunder deck, which will make sense. The first card is a Zapdash. Now, we've seen Zapdash multiple times throughout the first and second devlog, but yeah, I'll just get through the deck pretty fast. So yeah, he does 10 damage once in your turn, because it's once, I guess he has the blue badge say once your turn skill, so you can only use it once in your turn. I just make different skill types just to clean up the game, to make the game less wordy, like Charge Cardz 1.0. 1.0 was really wordy, and there's a lot of different words, you had to read a lot. In this game, as you can see, you're not going to really read that much, you're mostly going to read either 1 to 2 lines of text. The only times you're reading a lot more is if you have a boss monster or something. I mean a boss fighter or something. But yeah. Ooh, also, that's the Zapdash cartoon art. So this would actually be the normal Zapdash art. And this is the epic version of Zapdash. As you can see, the texture down here, the lightning bolt kind of texture. I don't know why I did that. I just kind of really do epics for some reason. I actually kind of think the normal art looks better than the epic version. That's kind of funny, but yeah. Yeah, same thing, except for this one has some lore on it. You guys can pause the video if you guys want to read it, but we're not going over any flavor text today, sadly. Okay, so this is a special card, Zapdash. You guys weren't here for the first couple of devlogs. Special card just is a card that you use, do whatever it says, and it goes in your skill card. That easy. So yeah, it says do 20 damage if you have a Thunder type on your field. Very simple and easy. Just a nice little thing to do some chip damage. And also, if you use it with Zapdash's effect, you can do straight damage, which is really nice. Next up is a counter card. So counter cards you can use only on your enemy's turn. And they basically are special cards. It's just that you can only use them on your enemy's turn. You use them and then they go and step out. So yeah, this is block. Stop the attack if the attacker has more stamina. Which I think it's fair because it's a very generic card to stop attacks with. So it makes sense you have to your enemy has to have more stamina. This is a cool little requirement. I definitely have missed this requirement where I'll block, but then I forget my enemy has to have more stamina. I forget. Oh, this guy's pretty cool. So this is Master Zep. He's pretty powerful, but also pretty weak. But yeah, this is Master Zep. He's another Thunder type. He has 70 HP, 40 attack, which is a lot for this game. That's double the normal attack, and then 10 defense and 1 stamina, meaning that he can attack once, then he has to stay in rush mode for a turn, and then he can attack again. So he does a lot of damage, but it's super spaced out. But the reason why he's so good is because of his effect, his skill, which is a trigger skill. Shock Punch. When this card attacks a fighter, that fighter is now shocked. Shock means that that card can't attack on their owner's next turn, but it's only for that next turn. After that, they can start attacking again. And yeah, it's a status condition that that Thunder mostly has. I was thinking on making it a coin flip, but I thought, nah, it might be too cluttery. So I was like, nah. This is Zip. Zip is, I think, one of Thunder's best cards. He's definitely a really good board breaker. He has 50 HP, 4 stamina, 20 attack, and 20 defense. And he has a passive skill called Zip. This card may make an extra attack on your turn, but it costs 1 stamina. So basically that means that he can just keep on attacking over and over again, which is wild, bro. How many attacks bro can attack. And then also, there's some other cards that boost your max stamina or just give you 1 more stamina. So yeah, he can get busted pretty fast. Like his normal, if you were to use all his attacks, he would be able to do 80 damage. But you might be saying, wait, he's way too broken if his extra attacks can break shields. Well, they can't. His extra attacks can't break shields. Only normal attacks can break shields, which I thought would be fair. This is Z-Kid. Z-Kid has 50 HP, 2 stamina, 40 attack, and 20 defense. He has a once your turn skill called Z-Beat. Do 10 damage for every fighter on your field. Pretty nice card. He's actually a normal type, not a thunder type. He's part of the thunder type deck. This is Turbo Dash. So Turbo Dash is a rank card. I haven't showed ranks yet. Ranks are like a really cool idea. Well, they're basically stages from Pokemon now that I'm saying about it. But I like the name though. I like the name. The name is really cool. So yeah, like I just said, it's basically just Pokemon evolutions, but just for my game. There is a difference. You can use like, I guess I'll just say de-evolution for you guys to understand. You can use the DL like, let me just show you. So yeah, for this rank you need Zap Dash. So let's say I played Zap Dash, and then I went into my rank. You guys didn't see that. I went into my rank. I would be able to use Zap Dash's effect and his effect too, which I think is just kind of fun. I think this is a really fun idea. So that means the higher your rank are, the more effects you're gonna have, the more stuff you can do. It's like you could have a card that's like, I don't know, like a rank 4. You're doing 4 effects on like you're doing 4 effects. Okay, first I activate my first rank's effect, then I'll go into. So yeah, so your first rank, this is a rank 1, but under your rank 1 will be a rank 0. But it doesn't actually say on the card, but that's what I'm just gonna call it, rank 0. But yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to use your... Oh, actually, 4. If you're rank 4... Yeah, sorry, I'm having too much fun thinking about it. But this Turbo Dash was 90. Oh, yeah, and then also the way I balance ranks, or like how I balance their stats, is that basically they just get plus 20 to whoever their last rank stats was, basically. So Zap Dash had 20 attack and 20 defense, 2 stamina, and 70 HP. So he just got plus 20 on all those stats. I don't know, it just made sense to me, so that's what I did. He has a trigger effect. When this card is killed, draw 1 card. It sounds really good, but usually you're not going to get that draw, because usually when you get him out, you probably have already drawn all your cards. Which is still okay. He still is just a really good beat stick. And then here's the boss card of the Thunder deck. Shock Shot Dragon. Oh my goodness, that name is so hard. I'm just going to call him Shock Dragon for the time being, because Shock Shot Dragon is slightly confusing and kind of annoying to say. But here's a new skill that you guys haven't seen yet. This is a requirement skill right here in the yellow. Discard 2 Thunder types to play this card. So yeah, you have to discard 2 Thunder types to play this card, which is pretty normal. And he has 40 attack, 40 defense, 4 stamina, and then 140 HP, which is really nice at 140. Everything else is like, okay, but that 140 HP, that's so good. Then his skill is once in your turn, or he has a once per turn skill called Speed Up. Draw one card. If that card is a Thunder type, do 20 damage. Which is a really good effect. It's just that, well, you're not going to be able to do it again, because usually you're going to get them out like later in the game, so you're probably not going to be able to do that, which is sad. So he's just really just a beat stick too, but just a beat stick with a lot of HP. And this is another kind of card, but it's not blocked. This is Zip Zap Dodge. Stop a attack that would hit a Thunder type, then draw a card. This one you actually probably will be able to draw a card off of, but it specifically says stop a Thunder type, which is why I gave it the draw effect, because that's only for Thunder. It's not like there's other types that you can do that with. And then the last card of the Thunder deck, Zappin' Town. It's a arena card. All your fighters get +1 to their max stamina. All Thunder types attacks can be stopped, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, Zappin' Town is very fair, because like your cards that aren't Thunder type, they still get something, and then your cards that are Thunder types, they get something. So basically, it just to kind of show that Thunder is a very flexible deck. Thunder is like the starter of starter decks, basically, where you can kind of branch out into any deck you want, and you probably will keep something in Thunder, because everything in Thunder has like some kind of value in a different type of deck, because most of their effects aren't that type specific. Well, except for